Hey everyone! So today I am doing this champagne cut crease makeup look. This look is super perfect for anyone that wants to do a really glam eye if they're going out. So if you guys like this look and you want to see how I got it, then please keep watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So for this video, I have already primed my eyelids with some concealer and went ahead and set them down. And now I'm going in with this really light brown shade from my Lorac Mega Pro 4 palette. And I'm taking this on this really big fluffy brush and I'm just applying this right into the transition area. And then I'm going to take a brown just a little bit darker and a little bit warmer than the one we used at first. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in the same area. I'm just kind of working these two shades in because I want my transition area to be, you know, transitional into my skin, but I felt like that first shade you couldn't really see it, and then the second shade is a little bit too dark, so I'm kind of mixing the two around and just going back and forth between both shades and just finding my perfect mix that I like. This is just like a personal preference type of thing, how dark that you want your transition area. So then I'm going in with this dark, cool tone, kind of grayish brown shade and that warmer shade that we put in the crease. And I'm going to mix them together and just kind of start blending them into the crease with this smaller brush. And I'm only blending these shades right into the crease area. I'm not trying to go too high or too low. I do blend the shade up, the less product that I get on my brush, but I'm not trying to blend this up too high. Then once I get all that applied, I will go back in with that big fluffy brush with some more of those two first brown shades on it. And I will just go ahead and buff out the edges just to make sure everything looks nice and seamless. Then I'm going in with this really, really dark, almost black shade. It's just a really, really dark, kind of purplish gray shade. It looks almost black in the pan, but on the eyes it comes off a little bit more gray. And I'm switching to a smaller brush for this, and I am just putting this directly into the crease. Now, as you can see, I am not trying to blend this out with the same brush just because I don't want to get too messy. I am just applying with this smaller brush, and then I'm going back through with the other two brushes that I've been using, and I'm just going through and lightly buffing everything out. And I'm really, really taking my time with this and making sure that there are no harsh lines, because working with cool toned darker shades like this, it can be really, really easy to have harsh lines or for your eyes to start to look muddy, and I'm trying to avoid that by going in just little bit by little bit and just blending this out and making sure everything looks super seamless and super, super blended and perfect. And then I will just go back in with a little bit more of that shade, the darker, almost black shade. And I'm just going to go ahead and darken up the crease just a teeny tiny little bit. I'm mostly doing it on my right eye just because on my right eye, like, I have this spot like on the very outer edge of my eye where shadow just does not like to sit there, and I do have to work a little bit extra to get shadows to look pigmented there. So if y'all ever see me going over just one eye, that's probably why, because only one of my eyes does that. So after I get everything as deep and as blended out as I want, I am just going to go ahead and go in and cut out my crease. And as you guys can see, I do put some concealer at the base of my lashes and then look up, and then I will just follow that line to cut out my crease area. I am doing this quite dramatic. I am winging it out on the outer edge of the eye just to create that kind of winged effect. I'm not going to wear eyeliner today. I feel like this look would look beautiful with eyeliner, but I just want to see how it will look without eyeliner. So I want to create a cat-like shape to my eye with this cut crease rather than with eyeliner. Ugh, and you guys, cutting creases are just so hard. Like, it's getting easier for me, but just cutting my crease out is so difficult sometimes. Today, I was having a pretty good day with it, but some days I struggle. And I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not alone in the cut crease struggle. So once I get that blended out, I just felt like the darkness wasn't showing through as well as I wanted. So I just went back in with an even smaller brush in that really dark Blackberry shade. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that right above where we cut the crease out. And don't worry if you get this on your lid where you cut the crease out. I mean, I didn't worry about it because I know I'll probably go back and touch it up anyways. But if you don't want to touch up your lid, be very, very careful whenever you're doing this. So like I said, I'm just going back and adding some of that dark shade, and then I'm going back in with those two brushes, and I'm just really blending everything out and making sure that this line is not harsh and that everything blends into each other. Now for the lid shade, I am going in with this beautiful, just champagne-y. It looks kind of silver in the pan, but once I put it on, it is more of a champagne gold kind of color, and it is so stunning. And it is just, I don't know how to explain it. It looks like different colors in different lighting, so I don't know. I'm feeling it though. So I am just taking this and I am putting this all over the lid where we cut the crease out at. And once I get the general shape laid out, I will go in with that smaller brush that we cut out the crease with, and I take some of that shadow, and I'm just really going around and making sure that the edges are super pigmented and that wing on the outer corner is super pigmented as well. Then I am moving on to the skin. I am taking my NYX Angel Veil Primer, and I'm just rubbing this all over my face with my fingers. I'm in love with this primer, especially for like full glam looks like this. This primer makes your skin just look like so smooth and so airbrushed. It just really complements eye makeup looks like this. Then I'm going in with my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. I'm going in with the shade 110 and 120 and mixing them together. I know I should probably just get 115, but I have 110 and 120, so I might as well mix them together while I have them. So I'm just taking this and dotting it all around the face. I usually put the product on the back of my beauty blender and blend it in that way, but I feel like whenever I dot the product around my face, I get a little bit more coverage out of my foundation, and I am going for a very full glam look today, so I'm just going to dot the foundation around my face and then blend it in with my beauty blender. And I am taking my time with this. I'm really pressing this down into the skin, and I'm going over certain areas to make sure they are not cakey or anything. You know, I'm flipping my beauty blender around to the side that we haven't used and going around the chin and nose and under the eyes just to make sure nothing gets cakey and nothing builds up throughout the day. Then I'm going in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer, and I'm just going to go ahead and highlight the high points of my face with this. I'm going underneath the eyes, on the chin, cupid's bow, nose, and forehead, and then I'm going to go ahead and blend all of that in with that exact same beauty blender. And once we get that blended in, I am then going in with this little itty bitty Real Techniques sponge. I left the concealer that was around my eyes and eyeshadow, like, I blended it with my big beauty blender, but I left the little bit that was really close to my eyes and eyeshadow, and I just waited and took this itty bitty little sponge and blended it in with that, and the result was just so beautiful, and I did not mess up my eyeshadow at all. I always try to avoid that, and using an itty bitty little sponge like this, it really does help. And then I'm taking that same sponge and I'm taking my Maybelline Loose Face Powder, and I'm going to go ahead and dip that sponge directly down into the powder, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this underneath my eyes and all the high points of my face, just to really set down those places where we put concealer. And as you can see, I'm really pressing this powder down into the skin. I'm not really letting it sit on top. I'm pressing it down so that it stays down in the skin and nothing moves. Next, I'm going in with this e.l.f. face powder, and I'm taking it on this Ecotools full powder brush, and as you can see, this pressed powder is like quite yellow. I only used it because my face was looking super white and pale, and I felt like I needed some color back into my skin, so I thought this powder would be perfect, which it did look good, but this powder smells so bad. I don't know if it's just me or if I like got a bad one or if I'm just really sensitive to smells, but this powder stinks. I don't know what it smells like. It doesn't smell like makeup. It doesn't have a scent to it. It's just like, I don't know. It doesn't smell like makeup or plastic or anything like that. It just stinks. Like, I don't know how to explain it. But if you guys have this foundation, comment below and tell me if yours smells like that, because I need to know if mine's like bad or if it just smells like that. And as you can see, I'm also going to go ahead and set down the chin and neck area as well. And now I'm going in with this Revlon Photo Ready bronzer, and I can't find this bronzer anywhere. Like, I think they discontinued it. I'm not really sure. I hope they didn't, because I love this bronzer, but I can't find it anywhere. If you guys can find it, like, comment and tell me. Or if you know a dupe for it. If there is a dupe that is just like this, then you guys please let me know, because I am looking for one. So I'm just taking this bronzer and I'm just going right into the cheekbones, right underneath the cheekbones, to really carve them out, make the face look more chiseled. And I am using this itty bitty little brush from Ecotools to do this. I love using small little brushes like this to contour and bronze the face, because I just feel like I get so much more precision, and it just, I don't know. I used to love to contour and bronze with big fluffy brushes, but here lately I've just been feeling the smaller brushes. I just feel like I have more control of the product, and I can really, really control where the product goes and how much I apply. And then I'm also going to bronze up the forehead with this as usual, and the temples, the hairline, all of that mess. And then once I get all of that applied, I will switch to a little bit of a bigger brush, and I'm just dipping into the product like once. I'm not getting too much product on the brush, and then I will just go around and just kind of like blend in the cheek area, just to make sure that that smaller brush didn't leave too harsh of a line or anything. But then again, I'm not wanting to add all that much more bronzer, that much more color or anything. I just want to have this blown out, chiseled, and natural looking cheekbone. And going in with these two brushes has really been my go-to lately, and has been super, super helpful with my bronzer being blended out and with my face looking nice and bronzed up and natural. And then I'm going in with this little e.l.f. blush. It is super luminous and beautiful. So I'm just applying this to the backs of the cheeks at first, and then I'm going to go ahead and work my way forwards. And then for highlight, I'm going in with this little e.l.f. highlighter, and I love this little highlighter. It's like $4, and it is so good. It's one of my favorites. So I'm applying this with my little e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply this to the high points of the face. Then, of course, I'm going to take some of my loose face powder and bake right underneath my contour, just to make sure everything is nice and clean. And then I'm going to go off camera and do my brows. And now I'm going right back in with that dark Blackberry shade, and I'm just using this on a little angled brush just to line my eyes really, really close to my lash line. Then I am taking that darker kind of almost black shade, like grayish black shade, and that kind of lightish and medium brown shade that we used before, and I'm going to go ahead and take this on an itty bitty little brush and go ahead and blend out that line. And then I took some more of that Blackberry shade and redefined the lower lash line some more. And now I'm taking those first two shades that we used in the transition area, and I'm going to go ahead and blend out the lower lash line just a little bit with these. I'm not wanting to add too much of these colors because I feel like they might be too warm on the lower lash line, but I did want to blend out a little bit. And then I'm going in with this really white shade from the palette. I'm going to go ahead and take this color and highlight the brow bone. I'm putting this right underneath the arch of the brow and just kind of blending it down in with the other shadows and just making it look like my eyebrows naturally lifted like that. And then whenever I get it applied, I do go back in with my fluffy brush and blend out a little bit. And next I'm going in with this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil. It's the white one, and I put that in my waterline. Film me lining my waterline. I just feel like it kind of grosses me out when I watch other people, and I really don't want to record it and have other people watch me do it, so I just cut that out of the video. And now I am going to go in and set my eyebrows. I'm just brushing them up into place to make them look more full. You guys know the drill. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my powder brush and wipe away all that excess baking powder. And then for the lip shade, I'm going in with this Urban Decay Vice Liquid Lipstick Palette. And before I apply my lip color, I actually did go in with some lashes. I just took my Ardell Wispies, just the regular Wispies, and applied them. And this lip shade that I'm using, I don't know what the name of it is. I am just going to leave everything that I used, all the products, the shade names, and all of that in the description box below. I will have them listed and linked below, so they'll be super easy to find. But all in all, I really did like this lip color. Okay. And this is our finished makeup, everyone. I really, really hope that you enjoyed it. I really liked filming this. I feel like it turned out super well. And if you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Leave me a nice comment on this video. Thumbs up this video. And turn on your notification bells to be updated whenever I post videos. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you. Bye.